Okay, hello, YouTubers. All right, today I'm going to make the first video of a 3-video series on just some simple things you can do in the kitchen to strengthen your immune system. And all of the things here that I suggest to you, I'm going to tell you, don't take my word for everything you hear here, just do your own research. I'm not going to ask you to accept my word as the final authority. You need to get on Dr. Google, get some books, do some of your own reading and research, but I'm going to give you some information, give you the framework, and then you can go from there to decide just what you want to do with the information. So recently I had a friend who had just had surgery. It was pretty serious surgery, and she was feeling terrible. The surgery had been a few weeks ago, and she really felt like she should have been feeling better, but actually she was feeling worse. And that's kind of what inspired me to make this video, because I give this advice out quite a bit, but I think it would be fun just to direct somebody to these videos, and they can take a look at them and maybe do a little research from the information and get some benefit from them, because I love sharing the information. And I'm really pleased because she came back to me and told me that she felt terrific, and there's really nothing better. It just feels really good to know that you can help somebody, help a friend, and share what you know. To do that it's awesome. So today is just a simple thing. It's just a simple daily, I'll call it a detox tea. It's just a simple daily drink that you can do that will provide all kinds of value to you. And it has 3 main ingredients. Okay, the first one's tea. And I recommend green or black tea. White tea. Tea has 10 times the amount of antioxidants as fruits and vegetables. So we can talk more about what antioxidants are, but for now, just know that tea includes those items, and you really need them in your diet. I have so many different kinds of tea. I love rooibos tea. It's from South Africa. I have some friends from South Africa who started me on it, and now I always look for rooibos tea. It's very good. I like tea that's spiced, like Kai tea. There's loose leaf tea. I have this little press. I can make my tea in there with loose leaf, and it's just so good. The minimal processing that you can get in your tea, the better. The least amount of processing just keeps things most natural. I had some friends visit from Great Britain, and they brought me some tea. So I cannot wait to get that out and start making my drink with that, because they know their tea, don't they? Yes. Okay, so first you have your tea. Pick whatever tea you like. Again, focusing on green and brown tea. The grocery store tea that has all the different ingredients and sweeteners and things and flavors, try to avoid that. Look for something as natural as possible for your tea. The second ingredient, honey. All right, why honey? Why honey? Honey is antibacterial, it's antifungal. It's a superior sweetener because it has the perfect sort of sugar molecule in it. It has the perfect balance of fructose and glucose. It means that athletes know it's good because it converts the glycogen much quicker. It gives you energy, more deliverable energy. It's great for your digestion. It has natural probiotics in it. I mean, there was honey found in the Pharaoh's tomb that hadn't spoiled it. It has its sort of natural preservatives in it that keep it fresh. But you need to get local honey. Local honey is great for allergies because the bees are using the things in the environment that you're used to make the honey. So great if you're having allergies to add the local honey. Raw honey, again, when they pasteurize, they kill off a lot of the natural probiotics and things in the honey that make them good for you. Unless you have an infant, you don't want to give honey to an infant. They don't really have the ability their digestive system is too immature to handle the things that are in the honey. So honey is important. What happens if you get honey? It looks like this is kind of sugar. It's local honey, but see how it's kind of sugared. I really like when I can get honey that's in glass jars, because when it turns to sugar like that, all I have to do is just warm it up and put it in the oven on a warm, like 170. I don't want to cook it because I don't want to pasteurize it. I just want to warm it, and then it flows freely again. So don't throw your honey away. I have friends that keep honey, keep bees, and they'll tell you there's nothing wrong with that honey when it turns to sugar. Just warm it gently. This one, actually, I just set it in a bowl of warm water, and it's starting to be good again. Manuka honey, I want to mention that. It's very expensive. It comes from New Zealand. There's a bush in New Zealand, the Manuka bush. And the bees make the honey from this, and Manuka is tea tree. So if you know anything about tea tree, that is a great product for killing germs. I put tea tree in my homemade cleaners, and it kills bacteria and other bad things. So Manuka honey is awesome. When I came back from Minnesota, I was in Minnesota and Canada area, they were having a lot of forest fires, and I had a bronchial thing going on, a bronchial infection. I couldn't shake it while I was on my trip. I was just struggling with it. As soon as I got home, I busted out the Manuka honey. I started putting this in my tea instead of my regular honey 3 times a day, 3 days, bronchial infection gone. I did not take antibiotics. Normally, I would have needed antibiotics because, I mean, it was just that bad. My chest was very heavy, full of infection. Boom, the Manuka honey took care of it. So, excellent thing to have around the house if you want. But still, local honey is good too. That's what I use every day. The third ingredient, so you have your tea, your honey, is apple cider vinegar. Why is apple cider vinegar important? Okay, here's my apple cider vinegar. And by the way, this brand I really like because it includes the mother. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking to you about what that means. You can Google it. But this is a very good, healthy brand of apple cider vinegar, and it actually doesn't taste too bad. Vinegar is good for your digestion, just like the other ingredients. It's great for sugar regulation. I find that when I do this drink with the vinegar, I don't crave sugar as much, which is great for weight control because you're not like at night thinking about, well, I'd like some M&Ms. It's wonderful for diabetes for that reason. And again, weight loss. It's great for leg cramps because it's very high in potassium. But the third thing that I really found, and my grandmother knew this. She gave me a book on, I should have had that out, but it's called the Vinegar Book. And remember she gave it to me years ago. My grandmother used vinegar for everything. And I mean, not just cleaning. You know, we know vinegar is good for cleaning. It's good for food preservation. It's in all kinds of things. But she made my grandfather drink vinegar every morning. She put a little honey and lemon in it. And I remember it was always a little cup sitting by his coffee in the morning, and he would drink it every day. And his family had chronic arthritis. Everybody in his family, his mother died with just crippling arthritis. And she made him drink that every day. And he did not have problems with his arthritis. And she really stayed after him with that. And unfortunately, after my grandmother passed away, she passed away about 6 years before him. Those 6 years, she wasn't there pestering him to take that and making it for him and doing. He stopped drinking it, and his arthritis just came right back in. And he had problems with it before they got married. They both were widows at that point, and they got married. And she said, "If you want to stay with me, you're going to stay well, and I'm going to keep you well with this." So anyway, I mean, it's anecdotal. You know, maybe the arthritis was going to flare up anyway, but I really do believe it made a big difference for him. So, and I've talked to other friends who have arthritis and who have joint problems and muscle aches and things, and when they take this, they go away. So there's something happening there. And it could be the potassium. It's probably a combination of a lot of things. So there's your 3 ingredients. You have your tea, your honey, and your apple cider vinegar. You're going to want to put about 1 teaspoon of honey up to a tablespoon. Same with vinegar. 1 teaspoon up to a tablespoon. Usually about the same ratio. I usually tell people to start with a little less vinegar, 1 teaspoon, work it up to 2 teaspoons, and then 3 teaspoons, which is a tablespoon. A tablespoon a day is enough of the vinegar to get the health benefits. At first, you don't maybe want to start with it because it will start detoxing you and cleaning you out, and you might find that it's too much to start with 1 tablespoon. You'll notice that things are a little different in the bathroom. I'm not going to say a lot more than that, but it really does make a difference. So this is your first video of 3 on your daily detox tea. And I hope you try it and you get some of the advantages out of it like I have. I also say there's one more thing you can add if you feel like you need more antioxidants. Is some vitamin C. This is just powder. I put a little teaspoon of it in there. It doesn't really change the taste any. It gives it maybe a little bit of tartness, but you can do that as well. I'm going to talk a little more about vitamin C in my next video. But there is your drink. I hope that you'll try it and drink it daily in good health. Blessings.